Dear viewers, thank you everybody. I am going to discuss about narration part 3. Before I discussed narration part 1 and part 2, and from those discussions you have, I think, had a lot of idea about how we can change narrations from one tense to another and one sentence to another. Today I am going to discuss the rules of changing narrations in according to this chart. You see the chart has been divided into 4 columns, A, B, C, D, and the A and B columns. You see I tried my level best. I have tried my level best to show how I have changed direct speech into indirect one. So this is the direct speech and this is indirect speech. In the A column you see direct speech and in the B column you see indirect speech. Direct speech, present indefinite tense. Dear viewers, look at this writing. Present indefinite tense becomes changed into past indefinite tense. As I told you before that we only change a single verb of the direct speech to make it indirect one. So he said I go home has been changed into he said that he went home. That means the form of verb go, the present form of the verb go has been changed into went in the indirect speech. So the present indefinite tense has become the past indefinite. Like that way, present continuous tense becomes past continuous tense in indirect speech. So he said, I am going home. You see, just only one verb is going to be changed. He said that he was going home. So here am, here was. So am has been changed into was in this indirect speech, and the tense has been also changed. It was present continuous tense, and in this sections the name of the tense is past continuous tense. Present perfect tense, you see he said I have gone home. Dear viewers, in the B column, that means in the indirect speech column, you see past perfect tense. So present perfect tense becomes past perfect tense. How? Just I have changed only the present form have into had. So he said that he had. So have has been changed into had, and the name of the tense has been changed from present perfect tense to past perfect tense. Now you see, dear viewers, present perfect continuous tense has been changed into past perfect continuous tense. How I have changed it? He said, I have been going home. So, as usual, I have changed only the V1, that is have, into had. So, only one part changes into the indirect speech, changes into another form in the indirect speech. So you see, while we are going to change the narration of any present tense into indirect speech, we see that only one present form has been changed into the past tenses. The past tenses, you see, here have has been changed had, here have has been changed had, here am has been changed into was, here go has been changed into went. So the present form has been changed into the past form. So only one verb changes into the indirect speech. Dear viewers, now I like to tell about the past tenses. This is direct speech column, this is indirect speech. You see, past indefinite tense has been changed into past perfect tense, you see, in the D column. So Hassan said I did the work has been changed into Hassan said that he had done the work. Here did has been changed into had done. did had been changed into had done. As I am changing the tense into past perfect, so only did verb has been changed into had done. How? Did is the past form here, so according to the rule I have taken the past form had, and from the verb, from the basic form of the verb did, the basic form of the verb did is do. So from do I have taken the third form or past participle form of the verb done. So he had done the work. Hassan said that he had done the work. The past indefinite tense has been changed into the past perfect tense. You see, so sometimes one verb also changed into two form according to the rule in from direct speech to indirect one. So here you see past continuous tense. Here I was doing the work. Hassan said I was doing the work. So was has been changed into had been. Was was is past form. So I have taken the past form had, and the basic form of was is be. So from there I have constructed the third form or past participle form been. So been has come from be, the basic form of was, and instead of was, the past form I have taken in the indirect speech had past form and been perfect form. So this is called past perfect continuous tense. You see. And last of all, dear viewers, I like to tell you that past perfect tense never changes. Never changes. So past perfect tense unchanged. Past perfect tense remain unchanged. So Hassan said, I had done the work. You just only apply the reporting verb and the conjunction, and you also change the person, but the tense remains unchanged. So Hassan said that he had done the work. Hassan said that he had done the work. So dear viewers, from this discussion about narration part 3, I have tried my level best to give you a general idea of changing one tense into another, and from this discussion it has been clear that only one verb changes into another form according to the tense in the indirect speech. That means the only one verb of the direct speech has been changed into another form according to the tenses in indirect speech, except that in some cases that like in some cases like past indefinite tense, here the verb did has been changed into had done. So only one verb did has been changed in the indirect speech, and only one verb was has been changed in the indirect speech. Here he had been doing the work. So dear viewers, you see this is a chart of changing the narration from direct speech to indirect speech, and from this discussion you have been clear, or you have a good idea about the using of verb in the indirect speech is that you only change only one verb of the direct speech in the indirect speech. So when you change only one verb of the direct speech in the indirect speech, the verb changes into another form. And it has been clear that while we are making the change of the verb from direct to indirect, we change the first verb. We change the first verb. If there are two verbs in the sentences, we have changed the first verb into the indirect speech into another form. So thank you. Today's discussion for you, I think, may be somewhat good or understand, you can understand well. Until then, I wish you to be connected with me, and I will offer good videos next time. And please help me by giving shares and likes, and wish you best of luck. Thank you everybody.